Hey guys, Rob with another video, and again, this is one of the extra videos from this week that I didn't actually plan, but I had stuff come in the mail, and my wife was not here to stop me, so I was like, yeah, video time. So, you guys have watched my videos, you know that I have a deep and resounding love for basic fantasy. And I'm not taking anything away from other OSRs or retro clones or whatever you want to call them that are out there, because I think the fact that we can use the old D&D system now to make games like Dark Places and Demogorgons is fantastic. Is Basic Fantasy perfect? No. It's pretty damn good though. Excuse the language. I have been running it quite a bit for a while now, and like any game master, I have made small changes here and there, things that suit my table more than other tables. I've done videos on my house rules because I read some of the other retro clones out there, and I may find something in there that I really like the way they do it and integrate it into my game. And as they all use kind of the same system anyway, it's not very hard to do. So I was this weekend. Me and some buddies were actually playing Frostgrave, and one of my buddies who has only played D&D ever, and he is currently playing a game of 5th Ed, but not enjoying it because he said that it is just too convoluted. There's too many branches and add-ons and this, that, and the other, and it just, to him, it gets in the way of just playing the game. And he doesn't game with me generally. We'll play board games and stuff when he comes over, but his time is split between so many different things he can't make a weekly game. So I started telling him about Basic Fantasy because I do love Basic Fantasy. I think it's great. It's definitely my game of choice. And I told him about it. I showed him my book, and he wanted me to grab him a copy, and so I did. I was like, okay, well, when I get up Monday, I'll order you a copy. And he comes over on the weekend sometimes, and it'll be here waiting for him when he gets here. But I really think he's gonna like it because it was me and him. He was the first person I ever played D&D with. And we did tons of stuff wrong looking back on it now, but as kids, we didn't know that. We were just having fun. But I actually mentioned him in my video, Basic Fantasy, and why I love it. And his name is Joe, or Joey, is what I've always called him. And it was me and him that got started down this trek together, though I've gone way further down the rabbit hole than he ever did. But we've both always loved these kinds of games. So when I showed him Basic Fantasy, it really did the same thing for him that it did for me. It just, the memories just kind of flooded back. Like, oh, this is so familiar. Like, it's new, but it's familiar as being something old. So anyway, he jumped on the fact of getting a copy of it, so I ordered him one. And while I was at Amazon doing my order, I went ahead and picked me up a hard copy, a hardback, which they just came out with, I think, like a month ago or something. They started doing these in hardback. So you can go to the website, you can get the game for free, and I do not mean a starter version of it. I mean 100% this book is free on their website. All of their books are free on their website. Go download it, try it out, and then you'll go buy it and thank me later. If you want a physical copy and you're willing to run the risk of $5, you can get a paperback version, which I have now bought like 6 or 7 of for different people, and it's $5 off of Amazon. And if you got Prime, that's $5 shipped, so you can't beat that. But they did just put out the book in hardback. And this is the exact same book, so I don't need to go through it like I've looked at it before and talked about how great the book is. The book is still fantastic. Chris Gonnerman, rock on. You did a great job. You and the other people who worked with you on it. And it's a whopping $13. I mean, you can't buy a supplement for most major D&D games or fantasy role-playing games for $13. And for $13, you can buy a hardback of Basic Fantasy. That's pretty good. The only thing I will say, the only complaint I have, and this is not against Chris Gonnerman or the people that make Basic Fantasy, this is against Amazon, because Amazon sometimes will just throw crap in a box and then send it to you. And if you look real close, you can see my corner, my top corner is bent and a little damaged there. And I find that a little irritating when it's a brand new book. Not enough for me to send it back, because it's going to get wear and tear anyway from me using it. But they just threw it in a box that was too big for it, so it's beating around in there, and I'm pretty sure that's how that got dinged. Or some employee at a warehouse dropped it before putting it in a box. Other than that, the book is fantastic. The cover is very shiny. Looks fantastic. Looks great. I'm going to turn it where I don't get glare on it. The print on the binding looks good. Opening it up, it's got that new book feel to it. And for a hardback, it surprisingly does a really good job of laying open. So I was pleased with that. I love the book. It's fantastic. If you're playing Basic Fantasy and you want a book that's going to last a bit longer, I would suggest picking this up, because hardbacks just tend to last longer unless you're Palladium and everything you do lasts forever, it seems like. The paperback, I've been using this for a couple of months, and part of the laminate or whatever this is on the front is peeling up just a little bit. To be fair, I use this book a lot. This book is almost always within arm's reach, because I'm having to look something up or I'm doing something for a game, so it gets a lot of use. Now, a little secret between me and you, that little bit coming up right there on the corner doesn't really bother me. And I just use that as an excuse to get the hardback. But I actually like it when the books get not a lot, but a little bit of wear on them, because you can tell which books are getting used. I know that may sound stupid and crazy, but I do like some old role-playing books with a little bit of wear and tear to them. Not much. Well, maybe not so much tear, but a little wear to them. And so that doesn't really bother me. But I did use this as an excuse to pick myself up a hard copy, which, you know, now I have both soft cover and hard cover, and I am happy with both. So yeah, if you were wondering about the quality of the book, because Amazon just started doing these, I can tell you that it's put together pretty well. Like, it's not, that would have been embarrassing if it fell apart right there, wouldn't it? But it didn't. It's really well done, really good. So yeah, for $13, I highly recommend picking up a copy. If you're happy with the softback that you've already got, that's cool, man. They're gonna last a long time too. But I also like to pick up whatever I can. I don't generally buy the Basic Fantasy stuff from Lulu. I wait for it to go on Amazon. I know one of the new adventures just went up on Lulu, and eventually it'll be up on Amazon, and when it is, I'll pick it up from there. It's nothing against Lulu, but I have Amazon Prime, and I don't like paying shipping if I don't have to. So if I can get out of paying shipping, I'll just wait and pick it up off Amazon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share the fact that I've seen tons of people take pictures of theirs and be like, hey, I got my book in. And I was like, well, you know, I'm going to do the pictures too and post them in Rob's game group and stuff. But I'm also going to do a video because I'm Rob. And I love Basic Fantasy. It's a fantastic game. And when I say that it's almost perfect, it's because it's just like anybody else who was running games in the 80s and 90s. You're going to plug and play stuff into every game you play. There is no game that I played, even in the old days, that I didn't change certain things. Most GMs do change certain things. I have, even with Star Wars, the old D6 Star Wars, there were a couple of small things that I changed and tweaked here and there. and that's not unusual. That's part of that DM Fiat that we got. So anyway, yeah, if you were curious about the hardback book, 2 thumbs up. Really good, really happy with it, and I suggest you get a copy of it. That's all I got on that for right now. If you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your mechanic. Tell your lunch lady at school. Tell everybody. And until next time, good gaming and good luck.